Okay. Quick mic check. Testing. Yep. Hope that didn't deafen you. Sorry if it did. Hit the record button there. And we're away. Pretty sure it's all connected. Just check again. Yep. It looks fine. Okay. So, where are we? Where are we in this painting? I had started doing his hair earlier on today, and more in the hands, and I want to crack on with just blocking in her hair. I think we'll just get some shapes going. That's what I'll do. And which just requires me to read the painting to begin with. I'll read the reference photo. When I say read it, I don't know how else to explain it. Like when you look at something and you're trying to comprehend it and understand the structure, and I sort of think of it as reading. She's got there's a space running. So her hair, just looking at the way she's pulled it up. That was a bad stroke, but never mind. Great thing about Pastel is you can come back and fix it later. Let's get that bit in. So just map in a section of her scalp. There we go. And I'm using I think this is iron oxide. Yeah, red iron oxide. Oh, that dark one's quite nice too. I'll just take some of these colours out of my palette that I haven't been using, which has been a bright yellow green. I'll just put those with the other yellows. And I have been using iron oxide. It has quite a graduation in the, so it starts off sort of a bricky colour, and that's its tint, which I'll use. I've put it in the ears and lips. So I'll put the tint in. Actually, we'll just move these. No, I'll put them in there. And so I've got quite a, and this is the, it's almost got a, it's almost a magenta in there for its dark. but decided I quite like that, so I'll throw that in. And when I say throw, I don't mean literally throw. So when I was doing this, working on this painting earlier today, I mentioned how I normally do here using pencils, but in this particular painting I'm experimenting with panpastel to see if that's a viable product to use. She's got a magnificent scrunchie that happens to be my favourite colour. And we'll just get some lines on it. Got another one. It's quite nice. Yeah. Just get some and normally I'm streaming earlier in the day, so those who regularly join know try and be consistent with when I stream, but sometimes in the afternoon I find people who haven't seen the channel pop in, if just for a moment. And if you're one of those, you're very welcome. This is a channel about my art journey, and occasionally there's a little bit of discovery that goes along the way. Just super light. Too blue. It's nice. And so I'm just working in the studio, and so as I'm doing the painting, this one's for an exhibition I've got coming up end of the year. And I came across the photo at pixels.com. Some lovely photos available for use there, and the they encourage people to modify the artwork as long as it shows the models in a good light, so hopefully that's what I'm doing here. showing them in a good light. Oops. And I'm using panpastel, which in my view doesn't get the love it deserves because it's pure pastel pigment. And so it is pastel. But I don't know whether it's you know, I bet if Monet or Degas were around, they would love it. Let's get some colour in there. I'll come back to those later, but I just need to know where the shape of where that scrunchie is going to be, because we've got quite a bit coming out of it. How far down does this here go? Something like that. And there's some gravity takes over. I'm going to have some bits that swing in here. So if I just get the shape of her here, because she's leaning back, so her hair is going to fall more straight down rather than do anything unusual. And this, as I said, if you just come in, I'm using red oxide as I'm just putting in my darks first. And we've got it sweeping in from here as well. And there's some strands that are going to swing gracefully, hopefully, down the back of your neck. Like that. Build up some so with here, although I'm not doing an instructional video, I'll leave that for the pros to teach you how to paint. What I can tell you though, from having done quite a few portraits, probably half my work is portraiture, is focus just on getting the direction of the hair to begin with. If you can capture the direction, everything else is going to come together. So that's I'm using extra dark iron oxide. That was a bit straight. it's a bit straight because that's the nature of the applicator I'm using. And with panpastel, you want to just be light to begin with. Darkness is going to come later, or the heaviness will come later. You'll get more energy. At least I find I do. My paintings become more energetic the closer I am to finishing them. But to begin with, I'm not trying to clog up the paper. Let's get a bit of darkness just. Okay. And then sitting right on the crest here is going to be, that's going to be turquoise. Of course it's going to be turquoise. That's what this channel is all about, turquoise. Let's get some blues going. Need some blue in it here. Here. That blue's gonna do its magic later on. Just get the base of it in. Alrighty. So that's slowly building up. We can start just getting a little more adventurous. That's what we want to get to. I'm trying to keep my applicators separate. So when I move to a blue, I don't mix up my reds on the same applicator. You can. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much because you're just going to clean it on the paper towel. So a few strokes, and although it looks grubby, it's actually clean enough to pick up another colour. Right. And I will end up laying some pencil over the top of this to get the effect that I want from the hair. But with any art, there's normally just that prep stage to begin with to just block it in. And it requires a fair amount of patience to do that. I suspect a lot of art is rushed, where the artist just wants to get on and do it, and then move on to the next piece. Looking for something. Maybe it's that. So I don't want to use that applicator. Hey Gigi, how are you? Lovely to see you. Thank you for that nice comment you made earlier today. I've yet to go back on my comments and respond, but that was lovely. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well today. I am doing here, at least blocking it in, and here is one of those things that is always a challenge. But thank you for joining. It's lovely. Just starting to get the right vibe on her ponytail. And that will eventually, that vibe will come across into the rest of her hair. We've still got a way to go before it comes right. We've got the foundation down, so that's exciting. I need a bit more build up on here. Use a bit of sienna. I need some skin tone. In here. So, just as you put sky holes into trees, I just want to get a bit more skin tone, and then we're going to go up here is going to be much more turquoisey. I just painting for me is very much about coming back and just doing some adjustments. It's like, it's not a mistake, it's you've just discovered something that you hadn't seen before. And so we're just gonna put that in. And I think I want to fix up around here as well. Overall, the painting's starting to come together. So this is episode 7, which means 7 hours. I've probably actually put 8 in because I did a little bit of filming. I was working on the hands. It's really hard to film me doing the hands because I'm sort of right in there and then my head's in the screenshot, and it's not a happy thing. That here is going to come all the way into here. We need a bit more red. Gold that up a bit with ochre. Oops, use the right side. So I need her here to come sweeping in just a bit more. So let's do that so I know where it's going to finish. And just going to come into sort of like that. And I'm starting to see green. I'm starting to see green in her here, and I said earlier it was sort of about reading the picture. Yep. Let's get my green set out. And the more you look at it, the more you see other things happening, other colours and shapes. And so, what green is that? I might try a bit of phthalo. That's what I wanted. Phthalo will work with the red to make a dark. Reds and greens. What inspires the colours of my palette? Thank you for asking. What inspires them? Some is a bit of I just happen to see the colour. So there, but there. I see the colour on my monitor off the reference photo. That's all I wanted. And the more I look at it, the more I see it. There are some colours, so their skin is, you know, I'm doing a painting, not a photocopy. So the skin isn't necessarily true to real life, but I saw them as being in the sun. So I wanted to use ochres for her and orange for him. And then as I progress, I will be putting in, for shadows, I've learnt that turquoise is a very good colour, particularly in the panpastel range, because you get a, this is a shade, so one shade up from, this is the pure, so that's the base. It's kind of, I've worn away the middle because I've used it up, so that's one shade darker. And then this is the extra dark, and that blue-grey shadow, or using them as shadows, you get a grey, which is fantastic, because there just happens to be a lot of grey, a lot more grey in life than what we imagine. That's what I want. This is chromium, I think. Is it? Yep, chromium oxide. And that makes that softer down there. And so when I really get into the painting, and towards the end, everything's much more energetic in the strokes, and the colours, if I've laid down the correct sort of block of colour to begin with, the painting just starts making sense to everyone else as well. So what inspires me for the colours? Well, I do limit myself to what the pan palette has got. That's my base colours. But for a portrait, I have found the yellows and reds great, mixed with the turquoise. I've tried sienna, and I can't seem to get sienna to work for me. So if I can't feel the colour on the page, GG, it's if I can't feel the colour, it doesn't, I just have to stop using it. It's not giving me a vibe. Hello, Donna. Oh no, if it's not one thing, Donna, it's another. I'm sorry to hear that about your car. I hope you're feeling better too. Let's just put those greens away for a moment. Go back to, I've got to fill in this. We've got a lot more going on in here. I'm glad Graham's sorting out your woes though, Donna. I got a leak on my, got an oil leak. It's really irritating. Just cars at that age where you don't want to start throwing more money at it. Let's get the shape. Maybe a bit of, let's go down a shade of, that's it. So that's been a nice wee surprise today to discover the red oxide. I've enjoyed playing with that. This is a dark umber. And I'll be coming back to with some pastel pencil to just control some of the highlights in here. But I've got to get all these colours in to begin with, otherwise they all play off each other. And some of the best pastels I've seen, they're just so vibrant as they've just got a massive colour, all playing off each other. And so, because in your mind you go, oh, here is brown, or here is red. And so you can become quite monotone. But if you think of here as a symphony, and it's got all sorts of instruments playing, then you'll get out of that, you know, thinking, oh, it's just this colour. So we've got to put in the percussion and the wind instruments. They all got to go in yet. Maybe the darks are the percussion. Maybe that's what it is. The horn section. But for just panpastel, I think it's starting to, you can make some decent marks using the applicators. It blends together a bit, the dark umber. Yes, it does. Thank you, Gigi. Yes, depth is the thing we need. Otherwise, you can't get that 3D effect. I need my darks, and then the lights. I've still got the lights to drop into this. So we've done darks and midtones, whereas I was kind of doing that with this one as well, with his hair. And I thought, oh, this afternoon maybe I'll just see if I can get the base of her hair going. Without it becoming a smeary mess. That's always my fear with pastel. You can overwork it and fill the tooth of the paper, and then you're in trouble. And the only real way to fix it, let's get some green in there. The only real way to fix it is get a brush and brush the pastel back off, just gently scrape it. So it's very forgiving medium. And so maybe a red, because we want to, it's still a bit warm. Make our own black, blue. If we're going to drop a strange colour in, so if I'm dropping a blue in, then I need to I'll just put it in one place. Now spread your colours around. Yes. Oh, thank you. I think the nice thing about painting is you get to there is a lot of, well, actually there can be some frustration in painting, so but I do like getting into the zone. Let's get some flicks of this blue, and I think I might take a break. I'm already caffeined out, so maybe it's time to switch to tea. But that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Let me just step back and have a wee look. Yeah, she's getting there. She needs there's more work to be done. I may I've got to bring her hair down lower. I think I need to bring it down to about here. So let's just do that before I take a break. That's got to come. That's right there. This has got to come. That's better. And we got, swing that out more. Can you get more? Let's get some orange in there. No, let's try sienna. Is that sienna going to stick? We'll hit the orange because some colours just stick more than others. Thank you, Gigi. Yes, just a little bit and it starts coming there. So I'm aware I really want one that just swings right down there into there. And we'll probably touch those up with a pastel pencil, so there's a bit of a, it just looks a bit tidier, but it's getting there. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. It's a good day of painting today. So today did some work on her arm, some fiddling around in the hands, his hair, started on her hair, and sort of once I finish off the skin, then we'll do his shirt. She's got part of her dress is showing down here. I want to show she's not naked, so I'll plug in some of her dress. But there's still quite a bit, there's still a few hours left on their skin. And I've already got in mind what I'm going to do with his arm. So it's not that much to do on his arm, but I just want to fix her up. His beard is not quite right. Yeah, so there's a few hours left. There's probably about another 8 hours left on this painting. So if you're coming for the journey, thank you, Donna. Thanks for joining this afternoon. I hope your car gets fixed soon, Donna. And thanks to Gigi for all your lovely comments. Really appreciate that. It's lovely. So we'll see you again another time.